And dramatic entrance. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Wednesday. This is probably the best looking toy podcast on the internet. I'm your lovely, gorgeous, sexy host, as always, Chet Maddox, along with Alexander Thunderous Storm is back from buying all those damn yachts, filling up all those copters. Mr. Alexander Thunderous Storm, how are you doing tonight, sir?
It is nice to be back. I've seen all the comments and everything else. Thank you, Commander Bly, everyone out there, all the good wishes. Tommy, if you're listening, thank you too. So, man, it's nice to be back, man.
That's good. Well, hey, look, it's been an interesting week for toys. We have a lot we need to talk about. The Ross-a-thon is in full gear. A Lego Star Wars set that some think might not be worth $1,000. And then we're going to do a crowdfunding check-in with a awesome look at something that is in production now that is close to our hearts here at SKN, as well as the rest of the group. But most importantly, we want to thank you, everybody here on the replay live. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow. We know 98% of you don't do any of that, and that's fine. But we see you. We know. We do know what you're doing. Anyways, this is Toybox Chronicles on SKN Shadow Nose Network, and you're watching the best damn podcast in the toy sphere that ever existed. Let's roll it. That's right, Toybox Chronicles. Welcome in, everybody. Man, it is good to see you. We have some awesome news to go over as well, man. There's a lot that's been going on. There's a lot happening. But more importantly, let's hit up the fan bag and see who's popped in so far. We've got Commander Bly, who wishes that you would be done buying your yachts, enjoying the show. And hey, when you ask, we deliver. I present to you Mr. Alexander Storm.
Thank you, Mr. Bly. Thank you, sir.
That's a storm for you. Shadow Nose Network, hopefully sheesh. All right, way to go. Free out that's not a thing. We got Meeks in. Welcome in, Meeks. We've got Mooch of the Darths. Sir, good to see you. I'm looking forward to your input on our $1,000 Lego set. Wholesome Warlock, this sexy beast is blowing air horns with purple hearts. Also, if you don't, you should check out Purple Gang on YouTube. They're on Saturdays. They're on Full Frontal Purple on Bandito Radio, and you can get the Bandito Radio app for your iPhone and for Android. And there are links to the Purple Gang on that app now, so you can click on there and click subscribe. It's super easy. We put it in your pockets. Yep. Mr. Dr. PhD Brantley, hello, good sir. The best ever, the most sexiest feeling I think I've ever had on the show. Yep. Meeks is excited to see you back. We got Tripping with Toys. Welcome, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. And then, as always, Rad, the news is they found McFarlane at Ross. That is not only the news, that is facts. And we will get back to you later on in the show, so keep the comments going. We want to see them. Post your comments below. What are you looking forward to collecting? But let us just jump right into this, because we got some thoughts that we need to get over.
Absolutely.
Ross-a-thon. And, sir, I'm going to let you drive this, because I know you have some pent-up shit from buying yachts and doing your shit. So, like,
exactly. nice to save a little money, you know.
Yeah.
We start blowing it like that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
The 2025 Rossathon, if you don't know what Ross is a dress for less. It's in your local area. It is a discount store, but technically for us toy buyers, it is the best damn time of the year whenever to get stuff in. Other than that, our good old buddies over at Ollie's. But right now, Ross is in full effect. And if here's the good part, normally Ross is in effect on the East Coast, but we're seeing it here on the West Coast too.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're
popping
getting
on.
a little bit of that love. So we're gonna roll with the first one. If you saw this and you've had the point of seeing on the East or the West, this is McFarlane. This is a gold label, and this was exclusive to the McFarlane store. If you read Sean Gordon Murphy's Batman White Knight, it's in the trade paperback. He's had 2 volumes of it. Fantastic vehicle, great artist, great designer as well. He designed this Batmobile for it, and I'll tell you this: I was tempted to buy this from McFarlane because it said it was McFarlane store exclusive. Well, when I started seeing this pop up at Ross, I started thinking to myself, well, if you didn't believe in a higher power, one does exist.
Yeah. Well, you know
Because
what's crazy too is that this is in Ross for $20.
yeah,
Or you could buy it on Big Bad Toy Store for $99. You pick.
yeah. Whichever, if you like flossing like that, you go right ahead. But the best part about this is that in every possible situation, I'll hit Meeks right up here. If you're not buying the toys at Ross, you're buying FUBU or Woo, laughing out loud. Yeah, I've seen you all kind of stuff there too, man. If you're looking for Super 7, Ross has got Super 7. They've got it by the truckload. But it's just interesting when we're seeing this, that they're saying that these are exclusives and how they're getting it. Just saw a post at our local group about a guy having 3 of these in his cart, and he turns his back to look for the stock as someone stole everything out of it. Hot dog. Now here's the thing, man. Thank you. This is the worst type, because I've seen this stuff happen. I've seen fist fights break out at like Targets. Like, this is kind of ridiculous, but come on. But also too, maybe if you're in the store, maybe just buy one. Don't go buying 3 or 4, be a little extra greedy, pissing people off. But still, I'm sure that came up with a little ruckus. Absolutely great, man. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm Mikos, like, yes, Steve has finally started to get things working.
Yes.
He did fix that. He did fix that. If those of you that are wondering, you can see in the background.
Yeah.
It's kind of blocked off by Dragon Man, but yes, Street Fighter is working. It is working. It is working. But yeah, this is one that you were gonna pick up.
Yes.
But then now you saw it, Ross. So now we've sent the word out for everyone we know that if you go by Ross, we need these.
Yeah, we've even hit the deep dive of our Toy Master Supreme Shadow. We told him, like, hey man, because he's in the Long Beach area and usually he gets the goodies. If you're there, but now he has seen some of the stuff that we were talking about that we're going to go through the slides. But again, if you have a chance to go down there, it's not just also McFarlane. We're starting to see some Marvel Legends pop in. The Spider-Man Far From Home, a couple of those characters have popped in. A little bit of the retro Spider-Man wave. I think the second to last one, those have started hitting. I've seen a bunch of the Super 7, if you're into Godzilla. They had Mega Godzilla, they had Standard Godzilla, and I think about a 3-inch kind of level. But those were articulated. That actually, I'll be quite honest with you. Out of most of the offerings from Super 7, that's actually the best. We saw those at Target as well, and they were discounted, not as well as Ross, but it was tempting to purchase that. And this one, I want Emo Spider-Man 3 at Ross prices.
I will buy that if it's at Ross.
That chances might not be actually off. That might be coming. That actually works. If we see that, sir, I'll pick it up. I'll ship it out to you.
Yeah, well, I will grab that. I will grab that for you.
But it's one of those things. This is the time of the year. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of things through Instagram, a lot of things like Wholesome Warlock was saying on the forums, where you're seeing a lot more people posting these updates. Hey, it's in my store here. But it's very rare. Normally, we're seeing this again on the East Coast. And here, we're like, well, there's nothing here. Well, I even saw they got Star-Lord's helmet
Yeah.
that they've had pop up, and also Doctor Doom.
I
His
did see
helmet's
Doctor
popped up at
Doom.
Ross.
Yep, I saw that.
So there's a couple things. A couple of years ago, I got a Black Panther and Thor's hammer, and you know, if you're looking for some of those items that you just thought were exclusive, man of the hour, Marcelo.
Yeah, stay tuned because we do have an announcement from Marcelo. So
We got something
that.
awesome coming his way, man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. But we're looking. So the next one we're going to pop on the list. If you thought that was it, no. McFarlane's actually, although he said he's seeing things directly through, I don't think this was his plan when he said I'm seeing things directly to Ross. But the next one, if you were like myself a couple of weeks ago and you saw this discounted on Amazon for about $60. Well, the Batman Forever. Now, this is not the one with the lights. There's two different versions. One with the lights, and then one that actually just has a glow-in-the-dark paint on it. This is the one with the glow-in-the-dark paint. Now, this is priced because it does have a figure. It comes with Alfred from the Batman Forever movie. $30 in stock right now. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, if you can beat that price, you can beat that price, So
I don't care about light ups on these bat vehicles. He just does a really good job on these bat vehicles.
But I'll be honest with you, he does a good job with the lighting as well.
I'm not. Yeah, I think he does a great job at the lighting, but for $30, like, come on.
Yeah, this one it's not needed. And Wholesome Warlock says right here. Let me grab this because I guess everything's all going through. All right, there you go. So I have my Morgan Freeman Alfred, and that's all I need. Hey, you know what? Lucius Fox was the best one, man, and that was through the Tumblr, and that was actually a pretty good offering. Dr. Brentley says it's worth it just for Alfred. Okay, all right. And Rat's letting us know is that I'll grab these for cheap, no question. Yep, absolutely. On the other side, Shadow did see this. There's this is not an action figure version. This is a I think a 1/10 scale statue.
Yeah.
So but this still looks pretty good. And I've seen these now. Right now, a couple of people told me, hey, I've seen them for like $20. Shadow was telling me he saw this as low as $12 at the Ross that he went. So
if I saw this for $12, I would buy it.
Yeah. Also, look, it's a great looking a statue. If you're into Batman or you just into great statues sitting in the back, this is worth that price, man. The initial pricing on it, no, but it's worth it. So we'll roll with the next one. This was the one that, now here's the funny thing, Chet. We were looking for this last year.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you didn't live here, you flew in and we went to a Ross by LAX and we were looking for this pack. Well, this is starting to hit back, but it wasn't the last time it was a Ross. It was not for these prices. $24.99 for 5 Marvel Legend figures.
Yeah, it's a whole pack, right?
Yep, it's a whole pack.
Yeah. Right by the way, if anybody sees this at Ross, grab it and I will send you money.
Yeah, I was shocked. There's strike now. If you're into like the Rob Liefeld era of X-Force, you'll remember some of these characters, and I think that's actually a Liefeld cover. I might be wrong, but it looks similar to his artwork because most of the feet are cut off. So,
yeah.
If you don't know, now you know. but this was actually, look, this is a great pack. 5 characters for that pricing.
For $24.99, come on, that's you might as well, yeah,
man.
People on Whatnot are still selling this stupid shit for like $120.
Yeah, and guess what? People are still buying it for $120.
I know they are. This is so stupid.
But this one, look, it even comes with that little, I guess, the time tunnel effect. That's a lot of stuff for $24.95. So yeah, if you're there, maybe you don't want it. Maybe you know a friend that's a Marvel Legends. I'm sure someone would appreciate this for any kind of present or something. So that might be worth picking up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like that big of a fan, but I think for $24.99, it's still really good. I think it's still really good figures for like background. Plus, they're not that bad. So
no,
I mean, it's a good buy.
No, it definitely is. From there we pop on to Batman and Omega. Now, I don't remember seeing this set inside the store anytime.
Yeah.
But for the price of $10, Hot damn it, it's worth it.
I actually really liked this set for some reason when I saw it, and I think it has a lot to do with the bat suit. I really like that style, but yeah, this is cool. For $10, I mean, come on, man. Like,
I'm almost like, this one is like, at this point, just take the price off, and when you walk through Ross, just put it in your damn hands.
Yeah, you just
like, here you get a Batman set or something.
Here, welcome to Ross. Here's a Batman.
Yeah, I don't know the storyline from this, so I'm not quite familiar with it. But if you are a fan of any of the DC Multiverse comics and everything, this seems Comic Central. Comes with 2 cards, a couple of, not a lot of accessories, but for $10, who's complaining, man?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter at $10.
Yeah, and I love Meeks has popped in. He said, "There you go, damn, $10. That's a steal. No, it's a steal if you gave it to free, but it's almost close to it."
Yeah, this is good stuff though.
Dead Man and the Toy Mercs.
What's up?
They're on before us. That's right. Nerds, hey man, nice to have you in, brother. And Darth Mooger is a great limited series comic. Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go, Darth Moocher. Thank you for that update. So again, worth the pricing. $10. You're not going to beat this. I've been to Ross. I've seen 1 character for 10, so 2. And it also has a nice actual box set too. So I give credit on that, man. Then from there, this one shocked the crap out of me because this is the Patina edition. I think it's Kingdom Come. I'm sorry. There you go. Kingdom Come Batman. Look, man, this was a McFarlane store exclusive, and I mean, I like also numbered.
Figure. Yeah, I love this figure. So
yeah, it's great, man. Great art. Whole bunch of great accessories and all the sculpting on this thing is beautiful. I don't know the pricing because I haven't seen anybody directly, but I've been seeing these pop in the store. So if anyone has the pricing up, let us know. But look, again, a lot of those McFarlane store exclusive that I think you just couldn't get out for the pricing. Send it over to Ross.
Well,
Ross
yeah, I mean, also he's got like a new relationship with Ross, so
he does
utilize it.
Hey, you know what? Like I said again, dropping stuff out there, might as well. And I think the reason why the White Knight Batman didn't do well is because I think it's mostly just a comic book version of it. Yeah, that looks good. It does, bro. But I think that's the reason why is that a lot of people read books, a lot of people don't. So that's not a one from the animated series or anything. But the Batman Forever one, I am shocked that is ending up at Ross because it has been. I've seen Amazon slowly marking them down, but I've also known a bunch of people that did purchase that version, the animated version, and the Tumbler, the initial Tumbler. Now I've seen the camouflage Tumbler on Amazon that came damn near close to Ross prices.
It's like $10, yeah.
Yeah, so, but again, he's doing it great, man. Anything that you're wishing that would pop up at Ross, Mr. Maddox?
Hopefully some of the Batman Beyond stuff.
Okay.
I hope that stuff hits, but at the same time, this is good. I'm a massive Batman fan. It's just for me, it's hard to buy everything that is Batman. And as much as I hate on McFarlane, I do think he's made some of the better Batman figures. I do like DC Icons a lot though. But yeah, I mean, look, I love this. I love this one. The White Knight vehicle's great. Like Batman, for all the vehicles are awesome. I was over at Rad's house and I saw the Batwing and I was like, Jesus, I should have bought that shit. That's one of the biggest. Well, so, and I guess he is going to be doing the 89 Batwing, right? So
yeah, yes, he is. That's probably towards the final part of the year was licensing up. But
that'll be in my pocket.
Don't lose hope. That Batwing might show up to Ross, man.
Oh, that Batwing shows up to Ross. Yeah.
Don't lose hope, man. It might pop up. From there, our topic in all the rave, and we've been seeing this all over the place, so we thought we'd put it on the list, is that, a Lego set has been hitting. Now, look, particularly, I'm not that big in Legos. I know it. I have a bunch of people in my family that love it. But when I heard this price, I was like, what the hell? Then I saw the stuff it came with, and I was like, wow. Mr. Maddox, your thoughts on the $1,000 Death Star Lego?
I'm so in. I am so into this. I saw Sarlacc guys and Tommy talking about this thing. I am so into this. I think now that I know Moocher's buying 3, I'll probably buy 4. But this is, look at $1,000 is a lot. But what I love about it is it's the inside of the Death Star, and you get everything that you see in this photo. You get like everything. So when you really think about the $1,000, you're getting all the minifigs. You're getting everything.
Yeah. That's, again, when you're looking at the price, it's laughing out loud joke. All right, yeah, it's pretty cool, but damn, yeah, I don't know, Mooch. Like I said, you said on the show now, kind of like you might not be able to back out now for buying 3 of them. Yeah, I think it's a great concept and offering. Look, it's one of those things where people love, like Lego. I don't care what it is. Lego's damn near almost recession proof, and Dead Man sets a pass on that and everything. But now look, the reason why I'm not a big proponent of it is that I don't know how many damn pieces that set is, but shit, I don't want to put that together, man. It's like, if I had somebody like a professional Lego offered somebody to put together and then buy it, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, 9,023 pieces.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like I don't have time for something like that.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna go give like platelets and blood to buy this.
Yeah. Oh no, you have to do a little something else, man. You might have to make that deal with Mephisto.
That's fine.
That one right there. He's like, so you only want 1 set, or should I give you 5 or something? Look, do you think the price is justified?
Yeah, I do. I'm not. Look at I don't ever complain about Lego prices. I literally don't. I don't think that they're overpriced. I think that Legos, honestly, if you buy the right Legos and you collect them, even if you put them together, the secondary market for you to sell and get majority of your money back is there. Like, and there are some sets that you buy that the minifigure is worth more than the whole set that you bought. So you could just get rid of that if you really wanted to. Like there's a Fortnite set out that has like the banana in it. And if you buy that set, that banana is probably going to be like worth more than the entire set. And like the Dark Millennium Falcon has a figure in there. And that figure will end up being a lot more than the set. So it's really like, look, and this is why I think that Legos are so like future proof and purchase proof, right? Like, okay, Hogwarts Castle was half the price, yes, but it's not Star Wars, so that's why people. It's like one of my favorite ones. Yeah, people will find a way to purchase. Yeah, like they also just came out with the One Piece, right? My got up on that. I saw that at Target. I'm holding off on it.
How much was the One Piece?
$139.
Okay, well,
yeah, but they do have one at Target that I want right now. It's $199, and that's the AT-AT. But if, like Darth Butcher said in the comments, it says, yeah, the Falcon was $899, and the AT-AT was around that. Yeah, well, the AT-AT right now still the thing about Star Wars and Lego is there's different versions of the Legos. Miko said, I don't like even putting IKEA prints together. I'll definitely never finish. Yeah, that's true.
We're in the same boat, brother.
But the thing about Lego is like they give more than just like a toy, right? Like you got to use your brain, you got to read, you put it together. It's fun, like, so I think there's a lot to it. That's why I don't really have a problem with the prices, because also ultimately, like, you end up making your money back if you just hold on to them.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We've seen how many countless videos that people having their storage units broken into and having years worth of Legos stolen, or like, we've seen the people running and dashing inside of stores stealing Legos. Legos is like, again, I use the term recession proof, whatever it is. You're able to sell that. It's like the Lego Titanic was $680 and also 9,000 pieces. Wow. Yeah, I think we know somebody who put that Titanic together. I remember that. And they just keep the value. They do. They just find a way, give it value. See the director. What's going on, man? What's up, everyone? I went to Ross yesterday, but nothing. Back to it tomorrow. Let us know in the comments here or over on our Instagram. If you find anything, let us know, man. And Darth Moocher says, also like Hot Toys. To pull his comment up right here, also like Hot Toys, which is true. They retain value. So I that's the one thing I can't argue with someone paying $1,000 for the Lego set. The chances are, if they get rid of that Lego set, they're probably going to get rid of it for $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah, I like trying to find Legos on secondary markets, and like, I mean, you can find the AT-AT right now for like $900. But like I was saying, that there's two versions of Legos that you got to look out for, right? Like if it's a UCS edition, which is the Ultimate Collector Series, like it's gonna be more. That's what this Death Star is. So we'll see what happens.
So all right, so well, debate solved. Yes, it is worth the price. Yes, it does hold up the value. And if you're looking for it, look, Legos are, whether you're a toy buyer or an investor, it works for the both of you. You're gonna
and if you're a Lego member, you get an option to buy it earlier than everyone else.
Okay, all right. Well, which actually probably ends up better if you're a Lego legacy person. You can actually resell it quicker.
Yep.
So you can beat some of that point. So yeah, man. I look, $1,000. Okay. Well, all right. Let me ask you something. What would be the Lego no if the Lego set that they built and the pricing? What would make you say, okay, wait a minute, they did go a mountain too high?
Well, they did that already with and Moocher can probably help on this, but they released a Star Wars set that's like way overpriced for what you get. They just came out with it. I can't remember the name of the vehicle, but it's like a vehicle build, and it's like above $100, and it's definitely not worth it. I think there's some that they like tote the line on, but yeah, I think that one, it's not anything special. It's just a vehicle, and they charge way too much.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Well,
but they did release one that I am for sure buying, which was Soundwave.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Well, from there we go into the point, because the clocks are ticking and everything starts rolling, and we've got and I think actually that's Commander Bly put that up. Turbo Tank.
Yeah, that's it. Turbo Tank. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you've had a interesting summer, then this is a summer of the crowdfunds, and it seemed like there were way too many crowdfunds, and they also doubled down on something. I remember Hasbro made this proclamation that they would never run two HasLabs on the same time. Yep. And damn it, it only took them several years to break that model, but they did. And like you said, See the Director one says, no, don't sleep on D&D. I found the one Transformer Voyager Takati Tommy for $18 with tax. Oh, well,
dang,
okay,
that's pretty good.
That was actually good, man.
Yeah, I've heard about DDs. Yeah.
But the Snowcat, well, last week sometime it actually funded, and we were all shocked because we didn't think it was. We were just shocked that it took so long to fund. So Darth Moocher actually has given us an update, because we took this early in the day, but it goes to show that right now you've unlocked Lady J at 10,000. So it's at 10,124 right now. There's a big push to say, can they get all the tiers unlocked? This one's going to come close. I think they almost can at 10,000. They're hitting that tonight. They've got one full day. This actually tomorrow at 12 midnight. You got your last shot. If you can't get this, then it's done.
The good thing is it's really well. Okay, so they only need 2,000 more to unlock your camping battle station that you want, and then it's 14,000 to unlock Flint.
I think they can get it with internet, because you're going to see a push. If they haven't done it already, I'm shocked, but you probably will see them drop a bunch of international orders. They do this all the time. If it was at 9,000 right now, I would say chances are that 14 is probably not going to happen. But at 10 tonight, they've just got to get to 4,000. They can easily do that with international orders. So I do think that you're going to get all of this unlocked. I do think this also is going to be one of the smallest run HasLabs I think they've ever done.
Now, are you going to be upset not backing this, knowing that people are getting their camping gear?
No. I actually, as we made a decision, we've got some other things in life that's working on. Normally, I'm a huge HasLab. I was actually going to make the push for this, but the Snowcat, I just did not want a Snowcat. And I know when people say, "Oh, well, a year later," something say, "Okay, so a year later, I'll pay $100 extra for it if I want it."
If that.
But at this point, we didn't back the Hasbro Ghostbuster Ecto 1 / Ecto 1B kind of change. We saw that San Diego. Said, wow, that's great. But it's still just sitting on my shelf. And I would have just had it. It would have been a cool car, a couple of characters, but it probably would have never moved. Maybe the lights would have went on once or twice. So I don't think it affects me one in the part because we were going through. I had G.I. Joe HasLab anxiety when I was actually canceling it. But I just think because I'm a little bit more of a completist on that kind of thing. But over the years, I've stopped a little bit of that. And I'm good with my decision. I think if you want it, buy it. It'll be something. I never owned a Snowcat as a kid.
Well, the other thing that we talked about too is like your money can go to Gridiron too.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I had the difference between, for me, I've always wanted to see a true, other than the DC Multiverse they did a couple of years ago, a Batman versus Superman Batmobile, not the Justice League version with canon, but just a legitimate one. McFarlane offered that, so it's like, am I going to back the Snowcat that I'm really not big on, or do I want to get the actual vehicle that I really want? Which moves us to the next one down the line, and I'll pull up, see the directors. Actually, let's hit up Darth Mooch. Said, "Yeah, it's always the last day push." Yep, it always happens. And see the director says, "Yeah, the HasLab will get funded." Did you see the McFarlane? We were pushing right onto it. It has 8 days left and about almost $500,000. That's wild for these crowdfunds. And you're right. But now here's the thing. People are all jumping on the bandwagon where they were kind of like snapping into Snyder and everything. Oh, it's this Batman sucked and this everything else. But damn it, I don't know, because he's got a lot of fans, because people jumped on this, his drawing board crowdfund thing. And this one hit Sky. They didn't do like the HasLab. This one, like almost overnight, almost was damn near close to being funded.
Yeah.
I think it's a great option. I think this is the way. I think McFarlane is showing you the way how you do crowdfunding. If you don't want an option, you don't have to buy this option. So if you just want to have just the Batman versus Superman standard Batmobile, that's at $79. You can do that. You can jump up another price if you want to add the canopy and the cannon extra to change it to the Justice League version. If you want one that comes with Batman and the bat signal and the vehicle, you can buy that. You can buy the actual, I think that's probably from Justice League, the black and white, the Snyder Justice League version.
Yeah, it is.
The black and white characters, along with the signal, along with Batman, along with the Batmobile, and the other options. Or you can just do all in when it comes to posters, all the other stuff you previously see on the screen. And each tier is, if you don't want that, you don't have to have it. This is smart. Now, I think if Hasbro moved to this kind of situation, I think that would be. And he says, I just backed the first Batmobile since I already have the Justice League Mattel one. Yep, and that same thing, man. I've seen a lot of people with the one with the Justice League. There was a Mattel version of it that actually was a remote controlled that had it. So a lot of people purchased that. But yeah, I think this is a great option. I think this is how they do it. I think Hasbro should adapt that too for the HasLab. If you just want Snowcat and Frostbite, boom. If you want the extra stuff, it's at this price. If you want the other things, so that way we get out of kind of like this tier kind of scenario where it's all in or nothing.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a logical way. Now, in that way, so we know 2 of these things we're going to fund. That's good. But one was almost bulletproof, was the Snowcat. We're finding out that bullets actually do hit it. And I'm wondering, for future outlook, will this make the Joe team really think about listening to the fans and giving them what they want? Or is it going to be a major pushback and they're going to say, well, we're probably not going to do a HasLab, we'll move to made to order or something. So
probably made to order. Yeah,
McFarlane, hey, if you've got to go out and you've got one last crowdfund with the license, pretty good, McFarlane. Pretty good. I give you credit on that. See, director pulls up. He says, I'm going to miss McFarlane with the DC Multiverse, but also excited to see what Mattel will put out. It's going to be interesting, Dave. Look, McFarlane has raised the bar for these guys. So, especially with vehicles, Mattel's going to have to do better than what they did before. We're going to see. You know, innovation is one of those things that Mattel does not do well. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. So we got a couple more crowd funds that we're going to take a look at. And this is one. Look, we're going to use this hashtag right here. Hashtag back the lack for Tommy. Because Tommy, our friend over at Blitz Transmission, wants to see this. In fact, tomorrow he's doing a 6-hour stream marathon for this lack. So head over to Blitz Transmission. Click your notification bells on over there, and if you are into this whole Star Wars lack thing, then you know you're gonna get 6 hours or something. That's probably gonna be pretty entertaining. But this one I've never backed any of the Star Wars vintage collection HasLabs. I'm not planning on this one. Interesting one. We saw this in person at San Diego Comic-Con. It's huge. It's, if you got to say something that's like, well, does the money make sense on the size? I still think it's a tad bit overpriced, but it's huge. You know, I've got to give it to that. We were impressed where we saw it. It was like, wow, this damn thing takes up a hell of a lot of glass space here.
So much.
And you know, it comes with some tiers and everything else like that. You know, you've got to choose if $449 is a price worth going for. But again, there's a tone deaf scenario with Hasbro. You've got a 324 offering, and then you got a 449 offering. So let's just say $1,000, because with tax and everything else, all these other things, it's about $1,000 you're asking for you in the process of less than 45, 50 days. That's a lot to ask for your fandom, bro.
It is. It is.
So we definitely got to see if this is going to be one where I don't know. It's going slow. I don't know if that makes a difference for international orders for these kind of things. I've never paid attention to the HasLab. I know they've had a couple of the Star Wars team and a couple of them that's failed before. I don't know, man. Do you think this hits all the tiers, bro?
No.
Okay.
Because no one's excited about the tiers. Everyone I've heard talk about this that is big into Star Wars is like, I would have rather seen different tiers. Sees the director said I was able to pre-order the MK2 pack from Walmart, and that sold out in 5 minutes. Yeah.
So I hear a lot of that. And Dr. Bentley says, "Go Tommy, 6-hour telethon."
Yeah,
there you go.
I don't know where I'm at with this one. I mean, we saw it in person. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like I saw it in person, and if it showed up to my house after I spent that much money, I would be disappointed. I can tell you that. It was impressive, but I would be disappointed when this showed up to my house.
And here's the thing. There's authority on this, and this actually changes the whole mindset of these kind of HasLabs. Yeah. But he says international shipping will be like $200 or more. Shit, that's wow. That changes the whole scope of you actually purchasing this thing. Like, wow, that's a lot. Wow.
Yep.
That's extreme amount of money right here. Like I said, man, I saw it. I wasn't that impressed with it. I didn't really care about the tiers.
Yeah.
I saw the character. It's like, okay, this is nice. Nothing kind of wowed me out other than its size.
Yeah.
But and it doesn't need to. For me, these things don't always need to have like lights or sounds or anything else like that. But
that's still not as underwhelming as our final crowdfunder. Do you know what that is?
Oh, I do know, because this one is, if there's ever a crowdfunding machine that has had the most failures, it would be this team. And we can pull that slide up, and that's going to be the fine people over Mattel Creations over at Mattel. I don't know what's going on with Mattel over there, but this whole snake layer playset crowdfunding.
This thing is currently at 4,200 backers.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, this one's gonna this feels like this is close to be some Jurassic Park gates here.
I mean, why is it $300?
I will give you credit on, because, like, look, we've seen the original Castle Grayskull. This thing folds out and folds back in. I don't know if it's worth that. I know that Eternia playset, hands down, yeah, you're damn right, it was worth that. I was like, oh yeah, hands down, I gave you that. Thing's huge. This is just seems like Castle Grayskull, just with a snake on it and a couple other differences. You know, I don't know, Chet. I will tell you this though, it's creeping at a snail's pace, and you got 14 days left. And as of this morning, when we actually did our slides and everything else like that, it's just a little over half. But still, man, that's an ask. And you know, and I know that they've had a lot of failures over at Mattel Creations not coming Mutations.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if this is one
I
of
don't
them.
I don't have a lot to say about that. We could jump into that at another point in time.
Yeah.
But we do have something pretty exciting that we want to talk about, and just hang out and watch and check this out. I mean, come on.
That's how you do a promotional video.
That's right. The 1/18 scale Nightwolf from Uru Toys, and he is actually in the chat right now, Mr. Marcelo. This is in production. Molds are being cut, things are being stamped. Product is getting made. The Nightwolf. If you haven't seen this thing in person at the 112 scale, it's mind-numbingly huge. And so the 1/18 scale is just going to be massive. Like Commander Bly said, she's beautiful. It is really good. It is something that, yeah, this is fantastic. And Marcelo said we're almost there. So, yep, I've been able to see some photos of the tooling. This is something that I'm excited for. And he sent us over some images to be able to show. So these are, it's coming in the black and then like desert tan as well. So if you want that, but go check out Uru Toys. Yeah, there's a lot happening, man. This is fantastic. And then they're working on figuring out how to do 112 scale as well. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the old Nightwolf?
I've seen this in person. I think Uru's doing a great job of actually putting stuff out. This is like I said, the Nightwolf looks cool in person. It looks cool in person. Look, that promotional video was fantastic. If that didn't excite you to buy this thing, I don't know what's going to do it. Just the people that's behind it, great human beings. Those are the type of people in the independent market that you want to actually purchase from. Somebody that you believe in, that's passionate, that's looking at something innovative, a little bit different than everyone else out there, not just going with the same kind of norm, but paving his own way out. Fantastic. It was like something I didn't see. It is true, though. This is one of those things you do definitely have to see it in person, because it shifts. When you see it in person, it shifts everything else that you're thinking about, man. It's just always one of these brilliant ways of how you do things and how it gets done. And it's one of those things we gotta say bravo, man.
Yeah, I mean,
he's done a fantastic job with this.
I don't know if I'd want this in black or desert tan.
Depending on the pricing, you could probably get it for both, man. It's like, why do you have to choose?
You don't. 17 easy payments of $49.95. You could have both.
Yeah, it says make room next to your Bandito for the Nightwolf. Absolutely. And you can start kicking off some things. Before all this stuff might get dusted on the floor if you're getting this kind of thing. Again, independent toy makers, you want to support the guys out here that have a vision that is completely different than the big two, the big three. You're getting something that's a very imaginative, that's very creative in the process. Also, these people are very easy to get in contact with. A lot of times you want explanations about why, this is not or that's how come it is. Can it come with this? Can I see this? You're not going to get that from Mattel. You've been on some of these live streams. You've seen the same thing with Hasbro. They'll ignore those chats. But when you're an independent toy maker and you're seeing people at shows, it forces you. And also you get a little bit of a hand in sometimes the actual curbing the creation of it, because somebody may just give you an idea that they didn't initially have. And they're like, you know what, that would be good for their offering. So again, I know he's going to be at Joe Atlanta. So if you want to see this thing in person and you want to see probably both versions of it, the 118th and his 112th version, then that's the best place to catch him at Joe Atlanta. Great show to go to as well. I can't choose which color of the Night Wolf I like better. That's when you know.
Yeah, I mean, and to help you out, he's going to add a red one. So
there you go. There you go. See,
now you have one for every season. You can have one for nighttime, for summer, for when you're driving around in blood.
A snow camouflage version, since we're all moving towards this snow stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Would to be damned about a snow cat. I get myself a night wolf.
a night cat.
Yeah, so man, I'm looking forward to this. But again, if you've seen it in person, it's impressive to see it in person. It is a truly original vehicle, and that's what makes these things so fun. And also again, you just don't think how big this thing is when you see it, and you're like, wow, it's impressive. So, for you got any of those vintage Joes, or any of the new 3 3/4, look, we've done a couple things. Rise of Nexus would look great in that kind of thing. World War Hell and everything else that would look great in that. There's so many great lines that's coming out right now. Operation Recall. So many great lines that you could you don't have to fight for 3 3/4 figures that you can put in this one. There's enough, but I'm sure down the line he will have some as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so this little guy's gonna go in my Night Wolf.
Yep. Like I said again, man, I'm looking forward to that, and I've heard too of this. Now, this is not just going to be something that's only going to be through Marcelo's son, and this is actually going to be on some other places, right? So in the future, look out for those announcements of where you can actually purchase this from. It's just exciting time, man. I think I've got to have at least if it's 3 versions and 3 point, I probably got to have all 3, bro.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have one for every season. You got to have one for, like I said, when you're driving at night, when you're driving in the sand, and when you're driving in blood.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, from there, man, like I said, we've got a great promotional video. Check out the channel. You will see that back up at one point or another. We're definitely going to be adding that into our stuff. We want to, we're going to make sure that everyone's able to drive the Night Wolf into their home. So we're definitely going to let people know about that. Other than that, man, got some other things that's rolling on the channel, brother. Friday night, we got some things going on, man.
Friday night, we definitely do. We have we got old Pixel Plastic and Ink happening on Friday night.
Yeah,
if you don't know what that is, it's every night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, and it is the pop culture podcast of the century. If you've never watched it, it is the pulse of pop culture here on the Shadow Knows Network.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. If it's a recap of everything throughout the week, we normally do the Toybox Chronicles on every Wednesday at the same time, 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But on Friday, you get to catch up with all the things. If you're into your latest movies, if you're into popcorn buckets, if you're into anything with comics, I know there's a new Punisher series came out that last week you guys were talking about. That's what Pixel Plastic Ink is. It just is a whole wrap up of the week. It's on Friday nights. I like to have some fun with everybody. So if you know someone that's into that kind of thing, tell a friend, have them pop in as well. And if you haven't done it already, well, let's hope that you subscribed, because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Subscribe. Also love all the great comments. A couple of other things, man. What do we got on the Instagram point, Chet?
Well, I don't wait. What's over on Instagram?
All of our stuff that's on Instagram. If you need to actually get a hold of us through direct messaging, it's best to catch us through Instagram.
Yeah, that's correct. What he said ×2. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of stuff happening in the place. If you follow any version of socials for us, our main social platform is Instagram. So we want to remind you to head over there and find us on Instagram. We do a lot of announcements. A lot of our collaborations happen on Instagram, and we have some crazy projects that are coming up. We're gonna make a minor announcement here, but the end of September at LA Comic-Con, there we will have a booth in partnership with a lot of our partners, and more of those to come. But it is going to be great. It's a launch of a new IP, and then also just all of our partners. We got Vonner and Avon Comics, like Odd Frog, like SKN, and then something big, which hopefully we'll be able to announce next week. So that's going to be LA Comic-Con this coming up in September.
Absolutely. And also, if you're into any kind of toys and somewhere down the line you've got a Grail, well, if you're looking for one, you want to go over to Holy Grail Toys, another one of our partners, holygrailtoys.com. If you're looking for our merchandise, we put it up over there. So if you're looking for any of the Toybox Chronicles t-shirts, beanies, hoodies, you can get that from over there. Also for Pixel Plastic Inc., they got a huge array. We've even still got our Toy Atlanta shirts that's up, our exclusives on there. They put them right back up there. Find people at Holy Grail Toys. But also, again, if you're looking for a Grail, might be there. And if you're there and you want to order the Bandito, you can do it through our partners over at Holy Grail Toys. They've actually got that all linked in for you. And I know we just announced on Friday night our little bit of partnership with Kid Robot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chet, I know you're a little bit more of the expertise of Kid Robot. If you're not familiar with Kid Robot, what is it, Mr. Maddox?
Yeah, I mean, Kid Robot has been around for a long time, and it's got more of a name in the, I think probably in the vinyl toy collecting. So things like Tokidoki, Hello Kitty, Labbits, Dunnies, Monies, like all the collector vinyl things that aren't really action figures, but still have a massive collection. Like this little guy, about 3-inch figures, 3.5, 4-inch figures. It would be what some people might call Labubu's, would have been something that would have been on Kid Robot back in the day. And so, yeah, we're really excited about this partnership. It's fantastic. And hopefully we'll start having more and more of that and sections of that coming up on Pixel Plastic Inc. as well as the channel. So yeah, it's great. It's a really good partnership. It's hard to get into, so we're really excited about that. So,
well, here's the thing: if anybody doesn't know that there's a rise in designer toys, then you're out of your mind. Because when we were down in San Diego Comic-Con, and they had all of Petco Park, that was like just to sell an actual designer toy. We were like, "You've got to be kidding me!" Chet and Alex Vinyls win. I don't know. You're going to have to ask the fine people over Holy Grail what they could do for us. Fun show, guys, as always. See you making fun for us as well, brother. Thank you for always stopping by, man. It's on the rise, man. Whenever I see these kind of things, you're seeing all these boutique shops and everything. You're starting to see the long lines. It's always interesting to see the collection and the collection world make a pivot and turn. And you're like, where does it go from here? It always finds a way of evolving. That's the best thing about this whole collecting space, where one day it could be a 3 3/4, then it can be a 6-inch, and then you never know. They go back to the 12-inch figures, and now we're into designer tour era. So, that's the one thing I enjoy about the collecting world, Mr. Maddox.
Yeah. Look, and I've said this on many occasions, but designer tours were my first true love. I still care about them. They're great because a lot of stuff just sits on your shelf anyways, and designer toys actually have a lot of thought put into them. Some of these, like back over here, these are all versions of Scotty Young ones. But I mean, look, at the end of the day, action figures are great. They're fun. I love them. I think that they're fantastic. but ultimately, like, you know, a lot of times they just sit on people's shelves. And designer toys, I mean, designer toys, the licensing is what's great too. There's a bunch that have, like, one of my favorite all-time artists of ever is Basquiat, and they did a partnership with Kid Robot. You know, they do partnerships all the time with artists, and it's just really, it's really cool, man. So we're excited about that.
Absolutely, man.
But what if people wanted news?
Yeah, I know. That's always the thing. Is like, you know, we've seen this all over the place. It's like, where do you get your toy news from? You know, it's a little different. Like, there's a couple of spots and a lot of great stuff out there, but you know, we've had some guys that approached us and said, "Hey, man, I think we can do it better." And whenever I hear that, it makes me want to sit down and listen to it a little bit better. Because when you come up with a bold statement, think we can do it a little bit better. Okay, well, how can you do a little bit better? And they again, man, you know, some of our partners shock us. But if you haven't heard the news, then, and if you want to know the news, then you're going to head over to plasticnews.com. I think they're still kind of working on that, but it should be up in a couple of days. But I've got to see the initial kind of test run on it. It is going to change how you actually take in your toy news and even entertainment news. They are rolling with that, but plasticnews.com, plastic spelled a little different. So they're actually, it's in the chat right now, everyone. So make sure you stop by. But anytime you want, and guess what? One thing that we decided whenever somebody's that bold and they say, "Hey, man, I've got an idea," they were like, "You know what? Can we also do at the same time that you're running on all your other networks? Can we simulcast you live on our actual site?" Now, when somebody comes and asks you that, you don't think about it. You just do it because you want to get yourself on all the different platforms as possible. So if you know, having a hard time logging into YouTube, or on the road, or you're at work on your computer and you don't want anybody knowing that you're on YouTube in the browser, then you can type into plasticnews.com and you can actually catch the SKN shows, Shadow News Network shows, on Plastic News. All of our live streams will be up on there as well. So that just adds to Rumble, that adds to Instagram, adds to Twitch, adds to, you know, all of our other fine partners at X and everything else like that. So just more ways that you can actually see the show, man. And I never think that's bad, but at the same time, you can watch the show and actually read some news at the same time, brother.
Yep, I'm excited about it.
Absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to it as well. But you know what? As we always roll through this, you know, we always go down and everything, man. We usually never want to cut into the best damn Star Wars show in the entire galaxy. So we've made arrangement here on YouTube that once you're done with the show, magically, you're going to be transported to another podcast not so far away on the Sorlac Digest podcast channel. And they've got some interesting things. And there's a giveaway that they're going to start talking about tonight. And it's supposed to be, I believe, the Mustafar set. So if you're looking for that, you couldn't pick it up at SCC, go over there and check that out. Is there anything else we need to cover, Mr. Maddox, or can we beam ourselves to Friday and I get to tune in and watch the Sorlac Digest podcast?
We can beam ourselves over to Friday. We can head out from here. We appreciate everybody. Thank you for stopping by. You guys are all excited because, you know, Mr. Alexander Thunderstorm is back. So we appreciate everyone. And until next time, keep chasing that plastic dragon. And you Replay crew, we appreciate you. And we will see you next time on Toybox Chronicles.